ever, better late than never. And so we start the year strong. Good morning to you all that are tuned in to Ndalama Insights. Brand new year, and we're back to help you take control of your finances and achieve your money goals in 2025. My name is Lina Zulu, and I couldn't be more excited to kick off the year with you. As we start fresh, today's theme is all about setting the tone for a strong financial year. Whether you're looking to save more, spend wisely, or invest with confidence, this particular episode today is just for you. And to help us unpack this, we have in the studio Mukonki Mukonkela from Insight Partners joining us. Good morning and Happy New Year.
Good morning, Lina. Happy New Year, 2025, right?
Mm-hmm.
Wow. How is it so far?
It's good. It looks promising, normal, I think. Exciting as well.
Exciting, right?
Yeah, exciting.
For me, I think it started off on a rather strange note. I was supposed to be in the studio last week, Lina, and then I got down
I was
with
actually expecting you.
Then I got sick with malaria and a strange flu, which I still have, by the way. So it was a quite funny beginning for me, but I feel better now. And today I just decided I need to go. Lina is going to be worried.
Yes.
I don't miss programs consecutively like this.
So even after the news, it's like, is Mukonki here? then it says no. Like, this is so unlike her.
I know.
So I understand.
So today I said, let me just go chat with Lina.
Yeah.
And then we get started, really. Yeah. I'm pretty sure by next week I'll be fully recovered.
Mm-hmm. We appreciate you, like just getting into the weather, like weathering the storm, literally, because it's quite wet outside and it's damp. So we wish you a speedy recovery.
No, thank you so much, and welcome everybody listening in. Let me just say welcome to everybody that's listening to this program. If you're listening in for the first time, maybe I think this is the best time for you to learn about this program, because that's what I want to share today.
Okay, let's quickly dive into it with some of the key questions that are to help us just guide us. Let's start by reflecting on 2024. Now, as we step into this brand new year, it's always helpful to reflect on the past year. What are some of the key financial lessons that people learned from 2024, and how can they apply those lessons moving into this year?
I think 2024 was very exciting, particularly for myself, Lina, because I could actually see, the people that listen to this program, especially you, I get to receive phone calls and messages. But then now we have a WhatsApp group that grew really fast last year that is sharing information, timely information. And so one of the financial lessons I learned last year really is that people are paying attention and they're investing in their financial lives. They're starting to invest in the JRZ bonds. They're buying shares. Others are buying property. So there's a lot going on that we might not be seeing, but people are actually starting to take action. However, on another aspect, we saw the coupon rates for the government bonds dropping from, let me give an example of the 15-year JRZ bonds. They used to fetch at around 27.7% or 28% if you round off. Then towards the end, around October, we saw the coupon rates dropping down to 23% for the 15-year bond. And this also followed suit even for the other JRZ bond tenures. And it was quite surprising and interesting. So we tried to brainstorm what was happening and hoping that it was a one-off event. But it seems like the drop in the coupon rates have really come to stay. So this is a lesson to the investors to say you always need to be alert of what's happening on the market. You need to follow the news very closely, and also check if the interest rate that you're earning on your investment matches with your goals. If at all you find that the interest rate you're earning is not matching your goals, then you need to start looking at alternative investments. But then what's also key is that your interest rate or your return on your investments is able to beat inflation. And as we saw last year, Lina, inflation has also been quite what's the word? It doesn't want to go away. So it's very stubborn, actually. Yeah. So the ever increasing costs of goods and services, we saw that really been with us throughout last year, as well as the depreciating kwacha. These are factors that we are facing as Zambians, and even as we begin 2025, these are things that we need to find solutions to.
Mm.
What do we need to do? And I'm hoping that you and I are going to provide guidance for our listeners, Lena, in terms of how they can manage their personal finances regardless or despite the hiccups that we are facing.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's the foundation. It's been laid and lessons were learned. Now we often hear about, success coming from habits that we build. What are three small but impactful financial habits that listeners can start practicing today to just set themselves up for success in 2025, according to Mukonki Mukonkela?
Yeah, so I think one of the most important habits is saving money. So today, what you could do is create a separate account just to set aside money. And then this follows the second habit, which is investing money. So once you've accumulated a good amount of money, you definitely need to ensure you find a vehicle that you can use to grow that money. And a very important habit which relates to savings is the consistency. So when you have a savings account, you need to ensure it consistently as cash. So you can discipline yourself to say 10% of my salary will be going directly into the savings account. You may even instruct your employers to say, whenever I get paid, or your bankers actually, you actually instruct your bankers to do a deduct, a direct debit into your account, so that every time you get money into that account from your salary, it's diverted directly to your savings. That is the only way you're going to develop that discipline. So when the money grows, you can then start looking at options such as unit trusts, buying a unit trust, or buying a share, or buying a JRZ bond. What you're doing there is you're ensuring that your money starts to grow. So that is one very important habit. The second habit, which is related to investments, is you need to open accounts, not just bank accounts, but also brokerage accounts. Go to a broker. We've got a number of listed regulated brokers in Zambia. Seek them out, open a brokerage account, and also open a CSD account. CSD account for the Bank of Zambia enables you to buy and sell bonds. So if you are going to start buying and selling JRZ bonds, you need to have a central securities depository account. Lena, it is not a bank account. It's simply, a platform that enables you to buy your investments in the bonds. So get those accounts set up as well. So that's the second thing that you really need to do. And the third habit, the final one, Lena, is always monitor your investments. Like I've said, last year was pretty interesting. Whereas we are all excited about the high coupon rates we are getting in the JRZ bonds, all of a sudden the coupon rates dropped.
Right.
So you need to be aware also of what is happening on the market with regards to your investments, your investments in the shares, your investments in the bonds, in the unit trusts. Ask questions. Ask your fund managers questions if you've got unit trusts. Don't just buy the unit trust and then sit back and hope that you're going to be getting the returns, and you don't even know how much returns they're giving you. So ask your fund managers, how much did we get, or did the fund make? So how much did the fund make? And then out of this amount that was made, how many, members do we have, and how much does each member get? Those are very important questions for you to ask, so that you determine whether you're actually also getting the right return from your investment.
Right.
So these are the three important habits, Lena.
Very, very important habits. Let's now get to overcoming financial setbacks. Most of us, a lot of people face unexpected financial setbacks. Could be maybe job loss, illness, or just unplanned expenses. Yeah. So what's your advice for bouncing back from financial challenges and staying motivated on the saving or, that track?
So financial setbacks can be really, really hard. And they're very discouraging. I always say that when you're facing financial difficulties, your thinking actually is very clouded. You don't tend to think clearly. And so I think the best thing you can do to pull yourself out of a financial challenge is to create a plan. I know you're going through a very tough moment, but in order for you to think clearly of how to get through this financial hardship, you need to clearly think through a clear plan of how you're going to move. Okay, so it could include things like, yes, I don't have enough money. How else can I make extra income? So where else can I find a job or other work to do so that I start earning more money? Okay, and then it could also be, if you are lucky to find a job, how can I start saving this money and investing it so that it starts growing? What is important when you are facing financial challenges is to have a clear plan of how you are going to pull through that difficult period. So that is one way you can handle the financial challenges, Lina.
So, all right.
Yeah.
Okay, Mokonki today is under the weather, just a little bit. The fact that she actually came here means she's back on the mend, but yeah, we need to be very nice with her. Yeah. All right, so Mokonki, let's now get to the role of savings and investments as we start the year strong. Saving and investing are often mentioned together, but they serve different purposes, yeah?
Yes.
Okay, so just break down these both important ones, why they're important, and how our dear listeners can balance saving for emergencies while also investing for the future.
Thank you, Lina. That's quite loaded. So it's very true that savings and investments are used interchangeably, but I always like to say you need to understand the difference. So especially for beginner investors, saving is setting aside money, keeping it safe somewhere. And you will not grow wealth by saving money. If you look at the savings products that we have on the Zambian market, majority of them earn us less than 2% interest per annum, Lina.
Right.
It's a stark reality. So what it just indicates is that you cannot grow wealth by saving money. Which brings us to investing. Investing is growing the money that you've saved. So if you want to grow the money that you've been setting aside, consider investing it. Now, investing has got different returns. So that's why you also need to do your own research. You can make a return or an interest of above 20% if you're investing in JRZ bonds. In the shares as well, I think you can also make returns of above 20% if you're buying shares on the LUSE. In property, you can make returns very substantial amounts. So that is how investing is different from saving. Saving is quite restrictive with how much you can earn on the money, whereas investing, the returns are limitless depending on what plan you've created for yourself and how you're implementing it. So very important for you to understand the differences.
Yeah.
And I always encourage Lina for people to, yes, you can save money, but ensure that saving is just to build up a bulk amount of money that will later on you start using for investing and growing.
Right.
So that is what it is. And saving for emergencies also, Lina. Emergencies are occasions when you didn't expect it. It's that unexpected. For example, I fall ill like right now, right? Do I have some money that I can quickly tap into to take care of my financial health? And for how long can that money sustain my life? So that is what emergencies is about. So when you think about saving for emergencies, always think about saving at least 3 to 6 months. Other people have said since COVID, you actually need to save at least 12 months of your living expenses. So how much do you spend on a monthly basis to take care of your household needs? So if you know that amount, multiply it by 3 or 6 months in order for you to save that amount. So for instance, if you get 10,000 kwacha, so if you spend 10,000 kwacha a month, Lina, you can say I'm going to save at least 30,000. I'll keep it in a bank account. That's 3 months. If you want, you can say I'll save 6 months of that amount. That is 60,000. So you keep that 60,000 at the bank, and you only touch it when you have an emergency. Maybe you've lost a job. So that amount will enable you to continue living at least for 6 months without you being stressful, and within which period you can actually think clearly how you're going to pull out of your financial stresses. Remember, you mentioned your financial difficulties. So one way you can actually pull out of your financial difficulties is by ensuring you build an emergency fund. And you don't build it as at a goal, Lina. you need to start saving also. Just like you're saving to invest, you can also save for the emergencies. And once you meet your amount, don't touch it until you're faced with an emergency. So it sounds so it sounds like it's it's something that other people do, but actually I can justify that this has worked for me really well. And I think
your bank balance from one that looks like temperature. Sorry for making you laugh. From temperature. Sorry,
Lina, don't make me laugh too much. I'll be coughing for you here today.
My bad.
You'll be shocked. You think it's COVID.
My bad. Yeah, no, I totally understand. And I think that has come through for a lot of people. Yeah. That's when you appreciate saving.
Yeah, that's really when you do appreciate it. And for me, everything I talk about now, I've gone through, Lina. And so I'm looking to share much more in 2025.
Experiences,
yeah. And with the WhatsApp group that we now have of over 500, we are nearing 600 members. Lina, this group grew from last year within 3 months.
Aren't you think people are thinking of migrating to Telegram?
We should move to Telegram, right?
I think so.
Oh, yeah.
Huge group, yeah.
Oh, cool.
I honestly think so.
No, I think that sounds great.
I'm advertising Telegram, but I think Telegram is
no, you're not advertising. We are giving us options.
Yeah.
So those that are listening that are in our WhatsApp group, hey guys, we need to move on to Telegram. It's like my son was telling me over the holidays, Lina, Mommy, this is not 1990.
No,
he wants a phone. I told him you can't get a phone until you're 18. Yeah. And he's telling me, Mommy, this is not 1990.
And how old is he?
He's 15, but he looks older because he's tall.
No, please get him a phone, at least so that he can communicate with you.
No, he doesn't need the phone. And it's not 1990.
Like you're raising him the way you're raised there. Not 18 years. All right. So as we wrap up, Mukonki, let's also talk about like consistency, because like you asked me, how is the year? Most people start on high.
Yes.
Even financial, like, I'm going to save, I'm going to do what.
Yes.
But then it's hard to be consistent. How can we work on that?
It is extremely hard. For me, what I try to do is I create a plan for the entire year. So like for the radio program, I normally think about the topics that I want to talk about from January to December. And then I just wake up in the morning and come through and deliver. So to maintain consistency, you need to have a plan and act on that plan. Of course, the plan will not go as intended. Sometimes there'll be diversions that you need to make. Welcome them willingly. And just, people say water is brilliant. God made water in such a way that water will follow whatever shape it's in. It never complains.
True.
So consistency, really, if you're able to create a plan and follow through, and if there are any diversions, ensure that you can create also a plan to just go, keep moving until you reach your destination.
Fantastic.
Yeah.
We just had to unpack that for today because it's the first show, but Mukonki will definitely be back next week, stronger and giving us more tidbits on how we can be wise and smart with our money. Thank you so much for coming through, Mukonki.
Thank you so much. There've been some feedback online, but we don't have time, so I'll just say good morning, everyone. Stephen, Banda, Mazuba, Anthony, Matthew, thank you so much, and David, thanks a lot.
Fantastic. I'm sure they feel inspired and ready to take action. All right, so to our dear listeners, our audience, remember that small steps taken consistently can lead to big financial wins. So let's make 2025 a year of growth, progress, and financial empowerment. Also, don't forget to tune in next week at the same time at 0720 for another exciting episode of Ndalama Insights. My name is Lina Zulu on behalf of Mukonki. Mukonki will be my guest today. It's goodbye and God bless.